Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. We'll join myself, Fox. Here on the panel is Bridgeman and my close personal friend, G. Fox. Evening, gentlemen. Come on, gentlemen.
Can I just say a huge good evening to the boys in the panel here? Huge good evening to all the boys in the forum and in the lobby rather, and to other Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hi, Bridge. Hi, Ops.
Hi, Foxy.
We seem to be having a wee bit of a technical problem at the moment. See if we can fix it out.
You talk to Bridge and I'll talk to Bridge and you try and sort that out. Is that okay, brother?
No, it's all right now. It's all right. Carry on.
All right. This technical department, Bridgeman, they're getting above the station, eh?
They're just shockers, aren't they? They're shockers.
Shockers. The man's a shocker, Bridge.
The man's a shocker.
I'm going to say to you...
What, he's a shocker? The man's a shocker.
Brilliant. Oh, superb.
I've got a vibe about the Monday night game, an expectation looking forward to it, and that wee nervous tinge that you get when you know it's a big game, Bridge.
Yeah, certainly. You get that wee flutter, don't you? I'll tell you what, based on what I've seen on the telly, listening to Mr. McInnes talking, and I read a couple of wee articles on Follow and what do you call it, Rangers Media about him, and I'm thinking to myself, one, I'm very glad he's not our manager, and two, let's get right into these people tomorrow night. That's what I'm thinking. Let's get right into them and take the 3 points from Pittodrie. They'll die. They will die 1,000 deaths tomorrow night if we did that.
They've got a problem, mate. They've set up against us not to win the match 3 times, and they've stole a draw and stole 2 victories. Let's be really honest about it. Tomorrow night they've got to look to try and win the game as well, and that gives them a problem. It plays into the bonds. We're the better team.
Oh, I think we're a far better team than them. Our problem, of course, is we're not shining as much as we would like to. But player for player, I think we've got a very, very good squad. And when we do strike it, we do play very well. We just need to be able to, shall we say, convert our pressure and possession into the final article, which is the goals. Yes, by a long way, we're a better team than them. I would suggest that we're every bit as good as that mob across the city at the moment. And that's the truth here. As we proved it in the 29th of December, of course, you know. But we shouldn't have any fear, but unfortunately, as a fan base, we have got fear. We're fear of our own mistakes. That's what fear. We're fear of our own mistakes.
Fox, are you looking forward to the game tomorrow evening? Is it a big game for you? What you would feel a big game?
Game at Pittodrie is always a big game for Rangers and their supporters. I think it'll be a closely run game. I think Aberdeen have won, unbeaten in their last 6 games since lost by the odd goal in 7 against Celtic. So at Pittodrie, so I think it'll be tough, Fox. Really tough game, but I think if we go to a pressing game the way we done against Celtic, win the ball early, and we'll get into the game early. And I hopefully Steven Gerrard takes no gambles tomorrow night. Straight out, best team we can put out tomorrow night, get it out and let's get into them.
So what is your best team tomorrow night? Is it the 4-3-3 with the team for the 29th? Do you bring Andy back in, or do you keep McBorner? Do you have a place for Stephen Davis? Is there a place for Bridgeman? Maybe even Oxford if you're playing your best team, you know what I mean?
I think going away to Aberdeen in a tough game, I'd go a variation of the 4-3-3 and go 4-5-1. That would be the way I would go to be settled into the game. Then we can push, hopefully, Candias and Ryan Kent a lot further forward and revert to our 4-3-3 once we settle into the game. Commit to the high press, win the ball back. And I think we'll go on and win the game then.
Dominate, keep the ball in the midfield and let Candias and Kent run at them and exploit their weaknesses. Because, come on, they're all right when they're playing 10 men behind the ball, eh? Bridge?
Yeah, I think that I think that our manager should, wherever possible, tomorrow, if he's got the personnel, he should go out and go 4-3-3 against that team, and that's press them all over the park, just press them, and I'm sure they'll break, they'll crack, and we'll get a few chances at goal. If we play 4-4-2 and bring Davis in, I don't think Davis is ready. I'm not being funny when I say it. I'm a big fan of Davis. I think Defoe's got a far better chance and looks far fitter, match fitness wise, than Davis does. To be perfectly honest with you, but I wouldn't chance any of the two of them because it's going to be a really tough game, and there's got a lot of boots are going to be flying all over the place tomorrow night for Patches.
What a pair of subs to have, mate. What a pair of substitutes to have.
I would definitely start with them. I'd start out 4-3-3, let the boys take it to them. Let's get their legs a bit going, and then see what happens in the second half. Obviously, we know we can't afford to give away stupid passes. We can't afford it, and that's all over the park. Don't do stupid passes. I don't mind stupid passes if it goes right out the park and gives us a chance to recover and so on and so forth, or even goes to their goalkeeper. I don't mind that as long as we can recover. But when we give it away in full flow, you've got 4 or 5 boys running just behind you, and you give the ball away. All of a sudden, that ball's just passed right through everybody that's running, and you're struggling then,
If we play for us tomorrow night, like we have played in the last few months at times, mate, when we get the first goal, mate, if we can get the second goal, I think that could really take the sting out of them, mate.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. But we have to go out and show them that we can play football, and that we're not taking any of their crap. Let's put it that way. And we need to release, let young Morelos do what young Morelos wants to do. He's got to be the free man there, and he's got to do what he wants to do, and he should be well backed up by the two wingers, feeding the ball into them. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I'm buzzing for it. I just hope we manage to do it. If we do it, then that's showing everybody that we're ready for the big time again. I mean, really ready. I think we're ready anyway, but,
Aye. Pops, you never answered my question about the left-back position.
Barisic for me, I would play him and Tav on the other side, mate. They're the best two full-backs we've got, and I think both of them must start. Any other changes you might? I don't know about Steve Davis starting. I think I would bring Jack back in tomorrow night. Ross McCrory anchor in the midfield, and Scott Arfield on the other side. What do you think?
I'm our team for the 29th. That's my best team at the moment. And then you've got a decision to make who you play at left back for me, Bridge. And that would be McCrory, Jack and Arfield in the midfield. And what a couple of players to have on the bench, as you rightly pointed out, Stephen Davis and Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely 100%. And, if providing their back four play properly the way they can play, there didn't appear to be any weaknesses that we could see. The big fella, Katic, has came onto a game. And actually, if Goldson's available, I'm not dead sure which one the manager's going to let drop. It wouldn't surprise me if they just kept them the same as they are, and Goldson could catch up. But
obviously, there was a press conference today. We might get a hint of that, but if people want to join us first, what's the number, Bridge?
Oh, the number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where you were brought into the call by the one and only Old School Blue to talk about what, Fox?
Talk about all things Rangers. You've already been joined by a caller, mate.
Two callers. GFK's first off the rank, but GFK, there's a telephone call coming in. If you don't mind, mate, I'll take that first, mate.
Okay, pal.
All right. Evening, caller.
Morning, Blue.
How we doing, mate?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm just waiting for the game tomorrow.
How do you see it going, mate?
I'm just apprehensive. Just want to see the boys get in it and doing what we can do, and we can show the rest of them how we play
Here, mate. If we play, we win, yeah?
Aye.
Aye. Who are you looking forward to seeing tomorrow? Defoe or Morelos or one of them on the bench for you?
I would go with Morelos.
Here. And what about the left back position we've talked about briefly there before you come in the call? Who would you go for there, Andy? Or would you go with Borna?
Let's see, Borna. But Andy do the business as well.
Here, mate. Here. Yeah. Listen, we've got another couple of callers coming in, mate. I'll leave you. Thanks for joining us in, mate. Thanks for the call.
No problem.
All right. Cheers. All the best, mate.
Keep to yourself.
Cheers, mate. Evening,
Keep
JFK.
it going, keep it going.
Evening, chaps.
How we doing, mate?
I'm alright, Ox. How are you, Fox?
Alright, Jimmy, how's yourself?
I'm no bad, pal. How about you, Bridgeman? You good tonight?
Excellent tonight, pal. Excellent tonight.
Good stuff. Can't wait till tomorrow. I was listening to these guys there. Oh, can't wait.
Listen, JFK, before we maybe comment on some of the stuff, do you think it'd be on the right to hear from our manager who maybe he's...
Yeah, on you go.
Yeah, is that all right with you, Bridgeman?
Go for it.
Because the man's a shocker. Get yourself a mute, lads, and we'll hear from our manager, Steven Gerrard, MBE.
Steven, given the past results between the two teams and given the proximity between the two sides ahead of this game, how big an impact could this fixture, this match, have on the bigger picture this season?
It's a big game for us, big 3 points at stake. I don't think previous games are important anymore. But obviously we'll respect Aberdeen because they've took 2 important results away from us late on in games, and also the first game of the season in the league they scored late on as well. So the respect's certainly there. But it's all about the game that's in the future and the game that's up and coming, and we need to go there and perform at a level that's capable of getting the 3 points.
As I'm sure you'll appreciate, there's probably a little bit of focus on Alfredo Morelos going into this game, given the dismissals in 2 of the games, albeit one was rescinded. Do you change how you deal with him in the build-up to the game? Do you speak to him about it?
No.
Do you not have to guard against the atmosphere being intense, the fact that Aberdeen might try and rile him?
I'm sure he'll be aware of what the atmosphere is going to be like. He's been to Pittodrie on numerous occasions. Spoke to him after the previous red card, so I don't see a point to treat Alfredo any different to anyone else. Everyone's aware it's a big game. Everyone's aware we have to be disciplined and try and keep 11 men on the pitch. Because it's such a big game, it's such a tough game, it's an intense game because of the rivalry. So I think all the players have enough education to know what I expect of them.
Do you think he's grown through the course of the season because of what's happened? Do you think he's developed?
He's trying his best. I think he's trying to improve that side of his game. But for me, I still want him to play on the edge because that's when he's at his best. That's the reason why he's the top scorer in the league. That's the reason why oppositions try and nullify his threat and are physical with him, because they know he's a top player. So we don't want to take that edge away from him, but of course we want to try and channel it in the right direction.
Do you look for his teammates and also perhaps the officials to protect him in a game like this in case there is an effort to niggle at him, to wind him up?
No, we have trust in the officials that they protect every player on the pitch, whether it be Aberdeen and Rangers. We don't expect any special treatment. And of course, the players will give Alfredo the support he needs, but that's the same for everyone. They support each other. We're a team. We're trying to build a team here. And I'll always be there for my players as well.
Steve, can I ask you what you made the thoughts of Steve Clarke yesterday? I think inferred maybe that one of your players had dived in the game.
Yeah, I was very surprised by Steve's comments. First and foremost, because it's got absolutely nothing to do with Steve Clarke or Kilmarnock. We didn't punish Jordan Jones. We didn't give the Kilmarnock player the 2-game ban. So why he's trying to get one of my players banned is a surprise and a disappointment, because that's not what type of guy I know Steve Clarke for. He's usually first class. The dealings I've had with him as a player when he used to coach me, and since I've been at Rangers. So very surprised at his comments, and I don't think there's any need for them at all.
In terms of the games coming up, if the vote was to be decided that we get a 2-game ban, do you think Clark had the Scottish Cup game at the weekend in mind with his comments?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Steve Clark that. I don't know. It's a different competition, so he wouldn't have been banned for the Kilmarnock game anyway.
2-game ban would be over all competitions.
Well, if that's the case, then that's probably why he's tried to do it. But that's disappointing. To try and get an opposition player banned for 2 games. There was a game we played against them recently, which was a blatant red card on Ryan Jack, and I never mentioned it in the press out of respect for Steve Clark and Kilmarnock. So it's very disappointing and surprising to me that he's trying to get my player a 2-game ban.
You would fully expect no action from Jermaine Defoe for that?
Not at all. The two situations are completely different. Jordan Jones is a yard away from the opponent, dives, and buries his head in shame in the turf because he's embarrassed over it. There's small contact on Jermaine. None of my players appealed for a penalty. None of my players give the penalty. So why should Jermaine Defoe be banned? The referee made the decision. Nothing to do with Rangers, nothing to do with the Rangers players. Jermaine tried to bounce back up, didn't appeal for a penalty. They're two completely different situations.
Would you challenge any kind of ban that possibly comes his way?
The referee's dealt with the situation. It's been done, we move on. And we're talking about it because the Kilmarnock managers brought it up, not because we have.
Stephen, in terms of this week, you're obviously playing Aberdeen as a big game at the top of the table and a big cup game at the weekend as well. How big is this week in a sort of looking over the season as a whole? Yeah, it's huge. Playing Aberdeen at any time in the season is always a big game. The rivalry. We've had some really good battles against them already this season, so we're really looking forward to that one. And that is the one we have to be focused on. And then we'll worry about Kilmarnock after we've been to Aberdeen. But it's at that stage of the season now where every game's big. We had to beat Carlton beat in the cup because we were desperate to be in the next round of the cup. We had to take maximum points off St Mirren because we were expected to. And the setback we had at Kilmarnock in the league, it means that obviously we put a bit of pressure on ourselves. So even after this week, no matter what the results are, the game coming up will be such a big game as well. That's what time of the season we're in, and that's they're the games we want to be involved in. So just making sure that the players keep their focus when these big games are coming thick and fast. Yeah, I think the players are aware the magnitude of the games now. They understand the time of the season. We were very disappointed to come back after the winter break, take the lead against Kilmarnock and then gift them the victory. We were disappointed in that, and we've asked the players for a reaction and response, and so far they've gave that. And it's important they continue to try and find that level of consistency that we've been speaking about.
Stephen, what is the key lessons you've learned as a squad from the previous games against Aberdeen that you can take into this one?
Well, I think we have to take our chances when they come about. We have to be productive in the final third because we've been guilty of missing chances. And to be fair to Joe Lewis, he's made some really good saves against us in previous games. And we've been guilty of giving silly set pieces away and being punished on a couple of occasions late on with stupid set pieces.
James, do you want to go? James, just obviously sort of question to you in a sense. These Aberdeen games and the bigger picture, do you relish these big occasions in these games?
Yeah, every game that we come against Aberdeen is always a tough game. It's just as big as Derby as against Celtic. So the fans want to win and the boys want to win. So we've got to go up there and show the level of consistency what we have shown in previous games and put on a performance.
Stephen was saying the previous results don't matter. You managed to get that one over Aberdeen yet, but is that something you want to get off your back? You want to show that you are up there fighting with the best of them and able to get the results against the best of them? Yeah,
well, it's the second part of the season. Every game is a must-win for us. We've got to go up there wanting the 3 points, nothing less. We know it's that stage of the season where we can't afford to drop any points. We've got to expect Celtic to be picking up maximum points, so we've got to go up there, get the 3 points, and but show a level of performance where we haven't previous against them, that we can put the ball in the back of the net in the final third and just be to show a very strong performance.
The manager spoke after the game of the weekend about the order of penalty takers. Is it clear now discussion between yourselves? If you're on the pitch, you'll be taking all the penalties?
Yeah, I think we cleared that the other day. But yeah, was something that I decided to do, give Jermaine the ball to score his first home game. But we made it clear that if I'm on the pitch, I will be taking the penalties.
Was that done as part of, I guess, a team spirit thing, a team bond thing, to help a teammate, to help get him integrated into matters here? Yeah, well,
when I grabbed the ball, he asked us if he could, and he said the reason why. And then, it's just one of those things where I just gave him it. I'm a teammate, not too selfish. If he wanted to take it, then it's his first home goal, But it's been made clear that that from now on I won't be giving the ball to anybody else.
How pleased are you with your numbers this season? Because obviously, good in the goal return in terms of creating goals as well. I think you're at the top end of the chart in the league.
Yeah, I'm still looking to improve that. I believe that my numbers could be still higher. So it's just keep working hard, keep pushing myself, and get myself in the right positions and delivering the right ball for the strikers on the fielders to get on the end of.
Just in terms of this fixture, how do you go about ensuring you all keep your heads keep calm? Because sometimes it can be fiery. The atmosphere under the lights of the Pittodrie will be intense, I would imagine, tomorrow night.
Yeah, we expect it to be a fiery game. We've got to stay level-headed. We expect a battle, but we can't get in the mix of the chaos. We've got to go there with calm heads and not getting involved if anyone tries to wind us up or anything like that. So, we will go up there, stand our toes with Aberdeen, but we'll let the football do the talking.
Stephen, any ins and outs from the weekend in terms of injuries?
No, we're going to check on Connor Goldson, see how he's getting on. He'll be touch and go. Difficult one to predict sitting here right now. We've still got a session to go, but he is prepared to give it a go. So we'll probably know later on tonight whether he's available or not.
I know he was a player that you didn't work with, but it's just been announced that Carlos Peña's contract has been terminated at the club. Was that a case of he was just a player that wasn't needed by yourself?
This decision's being made above me by the board. Certain things happen at a club that are above a manager's head, and the decision's being made by Dave King and the board, and I respect it, and we move on.
Back, gentlemen.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I should have said gentlemen and Fox.
What a shocker.
Well, we'll sort of take them in reverse order. Penna, gone. My information is it's not such a big payoff as people are imagining. There was a deal struck because of his conduct, so he's away. Bridge?
Yeah, I think if no matter, to be honest, forget about the money side of it. Any money we've saved is a bonus for sure. But I think that's it's been a bit of an embarrassment. Whatever's happened with the guy, he's been on loan. His club that he's went to don't want him to do him. Allegedly, going by the stories. So we're not there. We don't hear it, and it's really good for Rangers and the club. We could pick our feet up and go. It's another step forward, another box ticked. I think the last one of anything like that is Herrera. I don't know if he's
he's back playing in Mexico, mate. He'll stay on the books as long as he can.
Yeah, let's hope so. I'm just meaning to clear him off the books altogether, and that'll be a huge corner turn for Rangers. I think this last 2 years has been fabulous for Rangers. These official things getting done, it's been really, really good. Obviously, more to be done as well. But if we can get rid of Penna, my goodness, he's a laughing stock. My goodness, a laughing stock.
It frees up good wages to go towards other players. Jimmy?
No really got anything to say about the guy.
Fair comment, mate. That says it all, really.
That's for me, that's it.
Aye. Fox?
Another problem solved, and we've got rid of another thing that was hanging over the club. I think the board have done well in gradually reducing the problems we had in the background. He's just another problem, and they've finally got rid of him. Quite happy with it.
Fair enough. Move to the next one in reverse order. Connor Goldson. Is he playing tomorrow night? I think there was a wee nugget in there. I think he might play tomorrow night. Jimmy?
Yeah, I think he will as well. Oxshire. I think we could see that. We don't obviously have the privilege of watching it here, obviously, when we're on the radio now, but I watched the press of the day. you could tell a wee glint in his eye there. I think Connor will play tomorrow, and I hope he does. So I think that wee nugget is there, and I think that he will play Oxford. Hope so.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's just a wee feeling, shall we say. Bridge, would you be happy with that? Oh,
I'm saying nothing.
I think that Connor Goldson is probably one of the better centre halves that we have, if not certainly the most experienced behind Macaulay. I don't know if they could ever play together because of Macaulay's lack of pace, but that's still to be seen. So I think Connor Goldson, if he's fit, I wouldn't be surprised if the manager put him in. My own personal feeling is the guys that are there at the moment have done a very good job in his absence, and they've carried the team well. And I don't think they'll let us down. I don't think they'll let us down at all.
If the boss thinks he's the number one centre half and he's fit, Bridge, does he play?
100%. Yeah.
Right, and who's beside him then for you?
I would. For me, I would put Katic in the way he's playing.
All right,
he's certainly playing very well.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right.
Worrell's also doing well, but I would certainly play Katic because he's bigger, bolder.
Mm-hmm. And what about yourself, Fox?
I think a lot of people will kind of hang Steven Gerrard out if the result goes against us tomorrow night. If Goldson comes in, people will say, why did he change for Worrell and Katic, who had played particularly well in the last two games? And if he plays they two and the result goes against us, they'll probably say that we should have brought him in. So I think it's depending on the result, we'll see what's the right pairing is tomorrow night, mate. For me personally, I wouldn't change it at the moment. If there's any risk that Connor Goldson's not 100%, I think we should stick with the two young ones, Katic and Worrell, mate. That's my opinion anyway.
Fun enough, Fox, I've got a feeling that they've kept Worrell. I think Worrell could have maybe played. Connor could have played, but they've made sure that he's fit for this game. That's the funny feeling I've got. Jimmy?
I think so as well, mate. Definitely. I kind of agree with what Fox is saying. Is it the right type of game to bring him back? But I mean, he's there, and if he's fit, he's got to play for me. Look, Worrell's not done much wrong in the last couple of games, it is per se, no, but I don't like him as a player, as you all know. That's my feeling about him. I'm not comfortable with him. But it's got to be Goldson for me all the time. But I relate to what the Fox is saying there. It might be a game that he shouldn't be playing in certain terms now, because we know it. But for me, he's got to play. He's got to just go in there and place a Worrell Oxford. Definitely.
Do you honestly think that Worrell's been quite poor, Jimmy?
No. I don't think anybody's saying he's been poor in the last few weeks. He's been. He actually he's mentally bounced back really well for that.
For the Kilmarnock game. Aye. For the silly mistake. So. Aye. But I think Goldson is our number one in that position, along with Katic, Bridge. So that I would like to see him. He's got to come back some game, and if it's got to be tomorrow night, it's tomorrow night. And if the manager Gaffer thinks he's up for it, and the player will know himself if he's up for it, let's go for it. You know, play him. And if Worrell drops out, he's not your player anyway. So we've always said here that play our own players if they're fit, and Goldson certainly is a far better player than Worrell is.
I don't normally like to do this, but I'm sort of looking forward to the next game, which is at Kelly, where Worrell did have his dreadful performance for a short period of time. And I'm wondering if we should trust, if the manager keeps him for tomorrow, then I would obviously think the manager would play him again against Kelly, which may be a wee bit of a worry for certain fans, myself included, because I was of the opinion.
One game at a time, Bridge.
I'm just saying.
No, but I get your thinking, but I think that this time in this game, it's everything focused on the tomorrow night.
Definitely 100%, definitely. And that's why I say, I'll leave it to the manager If he thinks that Goldson is better for the job, I don't care which one he puts in with him, because both of them are good. But my personal opinion, if it was going to be Goldson, I'd play him with Katic. But Katic and Worrell haven't done anything wrong together.
I mean, the last few weeks, mate, we've been building up to these sort of 96 hours, between 7:45 tonight and sort of 7:45 on Saturday night, mate. This is the hub of our whole season, Fox.
It's the biggest week that we've had all season for me. It defines where we'll go as a team this year. Can I go back to the centre halves, mate? I think it's important that Katic plays tomorrow night. Yeah. He's the best in the air for me, and Aberdeen's main threat will come from Cosgrove, who's quite tall and good in the air.
Is he fit?
I don't know. I couldn't. He got substituted in the last game, but I've not read anything to say that he's out of the game tomorrow. So, and I would put Worrell on to May if Goldson doesn't make it, because May's more a bustly type player and Worrell's strong in the deck. I would put him on May. That would be my picks.
All right. If people have any opinions on who they would play us at centre half, if Connor's fit, that is, of course. We're assuming that he is fit. Give us a phone in 0141 356 1972. Or where else can they join us, Jimmy?
They can join us. My page is just. there we go.
Where else can they join us?
They can join us on Rangers Radio .online. I can't. It disappeared there at the end. You must have known that was going to happen.
The man's a shocker, Bridge. The man's a shocker.
Dearie me.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. And the Old School Blue will bring them in and look after them.
Jimmy, that's how you're not getting the full wages. See what you've done there. You get asked to do one job, you blew it.
The page disappeared. Give me a chance.
Come on, Bridgie, professional. God, just comes in there. You.
Can I just add something to what Foxy was saying? Look, it's imperative that tomorrow night we're playing one of the better teams in the league, one of the stronger, more physical sides in the league. Rangers should be better. They're building from the back, and we need a really strong central defensive pairing. So the manager obviously knows that, because he knows a lot more about football than I do. And my thoughts are it would be Goldson is a strong man, and Katic is another strong fella, and he's a big danger at corner kicks. So we've got strength and ability there, and agility up front. So that's the way I would look at it, because we definitely need to be very, very strong up there. Tough place to go.
Fair comment. I mean, it's one of the biggest games of the season. They've made it into a rivalry with us. For us, we've only got one real rivals. The rest are other teams who don't like us. We go there, well, be intimidating. But if we play, we win. It was one of our best performances this season for me, considering the length of time we played with 10 men at Pittodrie. We were absolutely robbed that day.
Aye. But I would disagree. The fact is, I mean, I know there is, as you say, the one rivalry, but since the Ian Durrant assault, then I think, and the things that have gone on since then, it's great to beat them, you know.
No, I know it's great to beat them, mate, but I mean, it's no any more to beat them as it is to beat the Hibs or Hearts.
Oh, I would think so. But you would put the puddle drinkers at the top to get beaten, and then you'd put Aberdeen at the Shaggers below that. Oh, definitely. And then the spoon burners.
Well, maybe in modern era, but I was brought up. There was one team for the other side of the city. There was one team for the other side of the country. We beat the two first.
I don't think that's so much new. I think it's the puddle drinkers and then the Shaggers.
They built up that rivalry because of nothing else to hang on to, haven't
they? It is good to beat them and see the Smellies running out with their sheep. So,
you know, but that'd be interesting. So, people want to join us. We'll give you another chance, Jimmy, if you turn that page over. If people want to join us, what's the number?
The number is 0141 356 1972. You never caught me at that time.
Well, you don't believe it. Jimmy. You're that good, Jimmy. We'll get a caller coming in right away. Evening caller.
All right, buddy.
How we doing, mate?
I'm a bit happy we got rid of Pena today. What's your views on it?
Hello, Sean. How you doing?
All right, buddy.
All right, pal.
What do you think of getting rid of Pena? And did Rangers need to pay a fee to get rid of him?
My understanding that they came to an agreement, but it's nowhere near that you would think he would consider his 18-month his contract to go, which would have cost us in the region of maybe £500,000. No, sorry, £1.5 million. So it's nowhere near that because of some of the, let's say, some of the allegations that have been thrown Pena's way. Yeah. So he's clear to move on with his career, and it wasn't something that was going to go through court cases. I'm pleased. He should never been at our club. It was a mistake. You make it and you move on. JFK.
And do you know what else? Do you know why I'm happy left? Because see, after somebody blows their nose on the Rangers badge, that's it. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to all the Rangers fans and disrespectful to the Rangers club and the badge.
Yeah.
He didn't understand our club. He should never been at our club. It was a mistake. How it was allowed to happen is beyond me. And I think it's, I don't know who comes on. Somebody comes on and always says, why was Mark Allen not put in place before Tichinha? It would have never have happened if Mark Allen was in place. Bridgeman.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Sean is Bridgeman here. Just to say, I think all of us on here are pleased that that episode's over, and it gives Rangers a wee bit more a bit more vision going forward without any blurring at the sides. So that's another box ticked, and it's another step forward for us. And I can't wait till it gets all cleared. We need to get all of that cleared. My opinion, it's only my opinion, the very last one that's going to be cleared has got to be our chief executive or managing director. That'll take a wee while, but that will.
Yeah, I'm happy with that view. Right, so, and tomorrow I'm hoping we can beat Aberdeen tomorrow. I'm going 2-1.
I would take any victory tomorrow night. I like to watch attacking football. I'm not at Bridge. I like to see more than 18 goals a season at home. But tomorrow night it's one of the games you take a 1-0 win. JFK?
Is it Sean, the boy's name is? What's his name?
Aye, Sean, buddy. Aye.
How you doing, Sean?
You can't forget that name. Most of the guys you went to school with were called that.
Carlos Pena, I mean, I stayed there about 10-15 minutes. To me, he's not really worth talking about. He's the key bit of the stick now that's it's disappeared. So I don't really want to speak about him, but I think Rangers have done the right thing. They got rid of him as best they could, and the gaffer was right. It was over his head, so the powers that be dealt with and get rid of him. So let's move on from him. Let his name never darken our doorsteps again. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the last I'll speak about him.
Yep. I agree with that.
We're bringing Fox. We'll get the voice of reason on Rangers Radio, Sean, to give you what you think of a couple of questions Sean's asked Fox. You get any views?
On Pena was a sign of how badly we had looked after our scouting people. We signed him on the blind on reputation. I don't think Pedro had checked out the state of the guy before he signed him. Obviously, he passed a medical. He must have stayed sober enough for that. But it's been a costly mistake, and finally we've got rid of him. Anyway, we've also been joined by Boswell.
Hi, Boswell.
Good evening, boys.
Good evening, lads. I was going to wait, just let you all finish what you were doing, and I'll come in. That's not a problem.
All right. Well, you come in and your thoughts of Sean's questions if you heard them, boys.
Pena, it's the end of a chapter that we'd all rather forget. I think there's a couple of remnants hanging about the club, but he was the most costly one. I think it was something like 28 grand a week? Jeez. I mean, that just doesn't bear thinking about. Whoever thought that was reasonable without looking, and Fox is absolutely right. Poor scouting, no intelligence about a player like that. You know, the minute you hear something like that, he's never played outside Mexico, and no, it was just a bad move. And what was his other question? I didn't hear it.
About the score tomorrow, I say 2-1 Rangers.
Oh, I'll be happy with a scabby last minute offside penalty again. I don't care, Sean. 1-0, do me fine. 1-0 or 5-0, I couldn't really care, quite frankly. Aberdeen are an ugly side that need just dispatching.
I would agree with that.
Anyway, just as long as we beat them, because and hopefully, I don't know who Celtic's got. Hopefully they get beat tomorrow.
I always hope they get beat.
Well, that's a given, isn't it, really? I mean, that's part of the rules of law.
So, cheers for taking my call.
Sean, listen, mate, we enjoy having you on the show. You've only been on a couple of times. Don't be a stranger, mate, all right?
Right, no worries. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Sean.
Right.
Boys, obviously you were coming in with some stuff on your mind there. You called there with a couple of questions. What's on your mind, mate?
Is this kind of Aberdeen are rivals of ours? I've never considered Aberdeen anywhere near rivals. It's like the manufactured rivalry that Hibs started under Alan Stubbs to try and get some interest over in Edinburgh. You know, these things are constructions. They're, Rangers rivals of Hibs. When? And Aberdeen rivals, well, that's a throwback to 1988 when the Durant thing hit. But Aberdeen caused these things. We don't. Celtic are our rivals.
Bozo, I know you're maybe pertaining, but I was talking. But I'm not saying they were rivals. I'm just saying that the hatred to beat them isn't far behind the hatred to beat the puddle drinkers.
Oh no, not for me, Jimmy. I think that.
I'll tell you.
It's each to his own. I don't know. If people want to have Aberdeen as a rival, that's fine by me. We're a broad church Rangers supporters, thankfully, and if people see that as a rival, well, that's fine by me. But certainly, I've never counted them. I don't rate them. They've never been.
I don't rate them. I'm talking about in a personal. I mean, I've been to see the puddle drinkers play us many times at Pedo Dome. And I've never had an incident, but I must have been to Pittodrie 40 times in my life. And I think about 28 times I ended up fighting. And before you say it, that was nothing to do with me. But what I'm saying is...
I think I was there in some of the occasions.
I got a few bloody noses up there. Coming near the sand dunes and that. I couldn't run away because of the bricks in my pocket.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
It's a bad David Skiff was too quick for you, Jimmy.
You're talking about things I know nothing about.
Jimmy's a bad boy. Jimmy's a bad boy.
Jimmy, I don't know if you know here that it was always a standing joke on here. I've never been involved in a fight. I've never thrown a punch or been punched. So you're talking about things.
Well, funny enough, that's something you've got in common with JFK this week.
Me, I say I'm the same, Boswell. I'm just.
Oh yes, I know, Bridge. I know. I mean,
to be fair to him, it's 2 weeks.
Well, see, Bridge being a principal member of the Botany Loyal, so.
Aye. Hey, I was in the Botany one time. The barman jumped in the bar with a pickaxe, Horo.
At you?
I'm not saying anything.
Plead the fifth, Jimmy. Plead the fifth.
Hey, Oxford, don't you think it's strange you get two guys on a panel for Yoker? Isn't that?
I'm not from Yoker. I'm a South Side lad. Yeah, Fox will tell you I'm a South Side lad. That's.
I think from now on I'll just plead the fifth thing.
It's much easier, less incriminate.
I better believe it. Never incriminate yourself.
Jimmy, keep on the stuff for the book, mate, and then the film comes out. You're giving too much stuff away on here.
You get Liam Neeson to do the principal acting for you, Jimmy.
He might be looking for a job of Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson was probably a man for Partick anyway.
I think so. I looked at my definitely.
Very good. A lot of shockers on the night, Oxford.
How do we go to Liam Neeson for Sand Dunes at Pittop?
I don't know.
Well, no, because he's been involved in a situation.
We're not going to get near that one, boss.
I think he's been involved in a frank exchange of views. I think you could describe it.
Is that Jimmy for Kelso Street? You know what he's like.
Hey, Kelso Street's a bad end of whereas I am in a night side.
Not bad.
I love it. I love it.
I stayed Park.
Where did you stay, Jimmy?
Peterson Park.
Oh, Peterson. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
just for the record, mate, just for the record, that's North East Yoker.
No, well, Peterson Park's at the corner of Kelso Street. The good corner.
Anyway, we'll be joined by a caller. Almost no Liam Neeson. Evening caller.
Hi, very good, boys. Liam Neeson.
It's Liam. It's Liam.
Hello, Liam. Welcome to Rangers Radio. one thing I could never do, I could never be a racist because I hate everybody.
How we doing, George? What's on your mind? How you coming on the phone? What's your Skype?
Oh, I didn't even start to move in on there. BT came out to put my new fibre in on Friday and cut my internet off, and I've looked at the internet. I don't know.
Just out of curiosity, how's the in-laws? Is theirs working well?
Everybody's working apart tonight. I just looked at it. That's supposed to be.
You done well there, brother, didn't you?
I was going to say to you that it's just about the game tomorrow. It's massive game tomorrow. And like I said to you last week there, and the week before, going into the last two games, for me, the games were gimmies. Doesn't matter how we're playing the St Mirren game and in the Cowdenbeath games. The games we're going to win the games. Simple as that. And I said last week we should have made the 7 or 8 changes to get us through the games, rest these guys up. No bookings, no injuries. Now I've got through these two games. For me, it's time to go back to as close to my strongest team, and our strongest team, I would say, the team we played in the 29th, as possible. Now, it's a bit of a shame to say it, but for me, Andy Halliday will miss out in that strong team again. He was outstanding on the 29th. But I think you've got a left back there, and on his game is as good as any other players, to be honest, Hawks. I think he's a cracking left back. So I think he's got to play. Steve Davis, for me, will probably drop out tomorrow, and Defoe will probably drop out tomorrow.
What about if Golson's fit? Are you playing with Golson?
If Golson's fit tomorrow, I think Worrell drops out for me, Hawks. I think Katic will play with Golson if he's fit. If no, by the way, if no, the two big boys will do a job for me tomorrow. It's a massive game. A massive 2 games coming up. Tomorrow we'll get that one out of the way.
That's 96 hours. That's 4 days, George. If we can win these next 2 games, we've got a springboard to have a great season, mate.
Aye, we have Hawks, and that's what I mean. That's why I say about last week.
Listen, if we win the night and we get a draw on Saturday, there's a replay at Ibrox. It's not the end of the world. But the tomorrow night's again we'll go to win, yeah.
You're in the half. I think the tomorrow night's a big one, really. Let's concentrate on that first. Get through that one. Get a winner of them. We've been due a winner of them, and really put a bit of a marker on it and beat these teams. But like I said, last week was our game. We had to beat that team, whether it was 3, 4 or 5 penalties, whatever it was on Saturday. We had to win that one as well. We were always going to win that one. Now it's on the big games. This is a big game. We've got them on Saturday, and then we've got St John's and the Foe on Saturday. Quite big games coming up, important games. Games we're going to win, games we can't afford to be slacking on. So I think it's an important time in the season for us.
This is the focal of the whole season. George, we've been joined by Travelrog. Evening, Travelrog.
Good evening.
How we doing, mate?
How we doing,
mate? What's on your mind, mate?
No, just calling in for a blather.
All right, mate. Everything all right in the travel household?
Still up I'm up in Aberdeen, so no, it's all good here.
It'll be a home game for you tomorrow night, then.
It is a home game. I've got a ticket. Aye.
All right, okay. If you had maybe to put the shout out, mate. Put the shout out.
No, I've got one. So sorted one Monday. So happy days.
All right, good man. What's your thinking on the team, brah?
Aye, similar to what the boys are saying, and I think it's close to that team that finished or that played it on the 29th. I definitely have McCrory in there. and I'd be leaving out I'd be leaving out Davis and Defoe, and Barisic would go in at left back, and I'd probably go with Katic. I wouldn't be taking risks on goals, and if he's no definitely 100%, then I wouldn't be taking a risk, because I think what we've got is capable. I think Worrell and Katic are capable of managing what Aberdeen's got, especially if their main striker's out at Cosgrove. If he's out, then I think they should be able to handle what they've got. I don't think Mackay Stevens is going to have as much fun with Barisic as what he had with Flanagan. So, aye. Confident of getting a victory. We're due one against him, because I don't think we've no got the results that we deserve for the way that we've played them, the effort they've put in against them. So hopefully hopefully things are in our favour tomorrow. I know one thing: we're not going to get a penalty. I'll be lucky if we get a penalty before the end of the season now.
Which is very interesting, mate, when you look to the table for penalty kicks. Up until Friday evening, we were mid-table, the same as the team from the end of the city. And Aberdeen had more penalties than anybody else.
Mm-hmm. But the circumstances of what happened at the weekend and the upset that it's caused amongst the
unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable.
The minority.
Guys coming out and saying about the 100 years and we've no decisions. How did they manage to win one title?
Well, see, all they need to do was go back 4 days, the Cowdenbeath game, where we had 2 penalties that we never got, and then a penalty that Cowdenbeath got that was outside the box. So I don't think they can. I think it's the way that they're making such a song and dance about it. It's
fierce. By the way, there's a great article on Follow.
Hysteria.
4 lads had a dream. I think
Yes,
put it on.
Yep, it is.
Anybody wants to read that?
4 lads. It's 4 lads.
4 lads. This season, Pete, talking about the things. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just going back to that, I thought, and I'll take this from the panel, and I'll start with yourself, boys. I don't know if you heard the Stephen Gerrard interview. The way he handled the Stevie Clarke thing was absolutely superb for me.
It's the best way. He's disappointed with Stephen Clarke, because Stevie Clarke's only behaving that way to get in it. As I mentioned about this last night, I call it surreptitious cheating, because he's attempting to cheat but not cheat at the same time by flagging it up so that the referee knows. And I think that's attempting to manoeuvre the result of the game by bringing it to the fore. You know, so that people saying we want more protection for ball players. And so the referee then is almost duty bound to do that. But I just think Stevie Clarke's disappointing. But I thought Stephen Gerrard dealt with it very, very professionally today. But that's why he's at Rangers, because he's a professional, and it's why Steve Clarke's at Kilmarnock, because he's average. And I don't think there's any way around that. I just thought it was normal. But the reason why there's so much upset and they wheel that complete retard Tommy Boyd out, and then the other nutcase Fartson's out saying about history. Sorry, John, what do you know about history? Jesus. No, I just think it's fear that causes it all.
If you supported the other team, would you not be embarrassed? Would you not be embarrassed of that furrow?
They know. What is it they say? Shamed by nothing, embarrassed by everything. You know,
I suppose with some of the things they've had to put up when they don't bother about, they're not embarrassed about nothing.
Talk about the history. You know, if you want to talk about the history, that's one thing they don't want to do, is it?
JFK and then George Logan.
The Gaffer, as I said earlier on, I mean, we listen to it here on the radio and that, but I watched it today, and you could see in his demeanour that he was angry about the comments made by Clarke, because really, what has it got to do with him? But nobody's mentioned the Boyd thing, the ambassador of the puddle drinkers. They've been very, very clever, and they've had him come out and make a big statement about bringing referees in from another country because Celtic's no treated fairly. It's starting again. They carry on with the strike, so they've been clever in putting somebody forward who can't get into any trouble. He's only an ambassador of the club. But Steven Gerrard dealt great with the day with his presser at Oxford, you know. But as I say, you could see in his actions, he was angry, his face was showing anger. And he's right, what's it go to do with him? You know, and as Boswell said there, you know, it is cheating in a way. You know, they're trying to gain an advantage to try and get Jermaine Defoe banned, which it never succeeded. He's not got any charges to answer. But let us do we're talking on the park on Saturday and do them. And he's ingratiating himself, Clark, to them because he's just waiting in line, hopefully, to get the job off of Brenda once he goes. And I nearly done it again here, and I'm trying to keep my language clean, which I have been doing. He's not even worth talking about now, Clark, because he's a manager of a nothing team.
Anyway, JFK will come back to you, George, after we have a tune for your folk. So, lads, get yourself a mute. Skipper, get ready.
From the mountain and the glen, we are on the march again, sounding out the battle cry so famous. And we're here to stake our claim, we're the greatest in the game, as we rally, rally, rally round the Rangers. It's rally, it's rally, it's rally, we will. It's rally for Rangers, it's Ibrox will thrill, and we'll place the victory crown on the pride of Glasgow town, as we rally, rally, rally round the Rangers. From the valleys we have come to the sound of beating drums, marching with our Glasgow Rangers banners, and we'll hoist the Union Jack on the slopes of Ibrox Park, as we rally, rally, rally round the Rangers. It's rally, it's rally, it's rally, we will. It's rally for Rangers, it's Ibrox for thrills, and we'll place the victory crown on the pride of Glasgow town, as we rally, rally, rally round the Rangers. It's rally, it's rally, it's rally, we will. It's rally for Rangers, it's Ibrox for thrills, and we'll place the victory crown on the pride of Glasgow town, as we rally, rally, rally around the Rangers. It's rally, it's rally, it's rally, we will. It's rally for Rangers, it's Ibrox for thrills, and we'll place the victory crown on the pride of Glasgow town, as we rally, rally, rally around the Rangers, as we rally, rally, rally around the Rangers.
Thanks for that. Well, back there. What was the name of that song, Fox?
I think it might have been Rally Round the Rangers. That's just a wild guess.
Very good, Fox. It's a good one.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Oh, Padge enjoyed it in the lobby here. Oh, they're well back.
Aye, here.
Aye, we were going to George. We were going to George with that point there. GFK tweet just before the break. You back, George?
I'm here, aye.
Any views on it, mate?
What was it you said there, sorry?
That was about the way the Clark thing, the way that the gaffer handled it.
Oh, sorry, aye. It was before the break, aye. I think it was absolute class. I watched it today, and I listened to it tonight again, and he's basically saying he wouldn't have done that in the past. He used to be an alright guy, and he's up here now trying to make a name for himself. GFK is absolutely perfectly bang on what he's saying there, by the way. Everything Steve Clark says, it's an interview for that lot across the road. No matter what he does, no matter what he says, he's interviewing for the next Joe at the Tariers, and that's everybody kens that's what he's doing, and coming out and saying ridiculous things like that tonight. and Stephen Gerrard to turn around and say, Ken, we didn't send the guy off, we didn't book the guy, and we didn't make him go down. And by the way, I don't care about anybody. There's no discussion on here whether it's right or wrong. I think Jermaine Defoe did get back up, whether they tried to get him or no. But for another manager to try and get a guy sent off is an absolute disgrace. I think he should be actually pulled up for that and say, look, what's your agenda here? What's your point here? Trying to get other guys sent off. It wasn't I didn't think it was a deliberate dive or nothing anyway, Oaks. I think Stephen Gerrard was absolutely perfect today with the
If I'm being honest with you, George, I didn't think it was a penalty, but I didn't think it was a dive. He just went over.
Yeah. You can sometimes get him in the game, Oaks, and a lot of people didn't think so. A lot of people think it's either going to be a dive now or it's going to be a penalty. But you can get one of the things where you've seen it, even at 5-a-side, playing a game with 5-a-side, and you think somebody's going to take your legs away, so you jump up and you sort of just fall. It's not you're looking for a penalty or a free kick. It's just you're trying to get out of the way of the tackle, and that's what I think it was, by the way. So it doesn't always have to be that a sending off for a penalty. It can just be one of these things that happen.
Ox. Sorry, on you go, Travel, mate.
On you go, Travel.
Well, boys, I'd be interested in your thoughts on this as well. But Stevie Clarke, for me, I always considered Stevie Clarke to be a proper football man. He spent most of his career down in England, and with high-profile clubs. And for him to come out and speak that way of Jermaine Defoe, now, Jermaine Defoe's had a 20-year career, again, playing at all the top clubs, and he's never had a reputation for being that type of player. He's never had a reputation for being a diver. He's never had a reputation for any kind of... He's been... For me, he's been a bit of a model professional. And then more recently, the stuff that he done with the wee lad that was ill, tragically passed away. But Jermaine Defoe, for me, gained so much respect and credit for everything he done for that wee boy and his family. But the way that Jermaine Defoe carried his... Bradley. And for Stevie Clarke to sit there like that and to come out and to say... To even cast that at Jermaine Defoe, I thought that's a terrible. That's Stevie Clarke done for me. That's his character's done now because there was no need for him to come out and behave like that. And it's one of these ones where he's an Ayrshire man. I know the history of his family and all that. So maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but I was disappointed that it came for Stevie Clarke and from to even question somebody like Jermaine Defoe, to even to put that on his doorstep. I actually think that's probably where our manager's coming from as well, because he obviously had a lot of respect for him up until then. And as you boys are saying, he's playing to a crowd, and unfortunately, I thought he was a bigger man than that. But why should I be surprised?
Stevie Clarke's no a bigger man than that. Stevie Clarke's just scummed the rest of them because he's attempting to manoeuvre things for his club's advantage. But at the same time, as I said away here a while ago, and everybody agrees, is that Stevie Clarke is now undergoing the interview process. So what I think Steven Gerrard should do is put it out in the open and say, this is Stevie Clarke doing these things because he's looking to get a Celtic job. Put it out there and see how he responds to that. Because you see, then it comes back. The gloves are completely off now. There's no respect in Scottish football. Absolutely none. Nobody understands anybody else. And even if they did, it would be a sign of weakness to show that you do. So as long as the situation pertains where they always think that they're victims and we always know that they're not, and everybody sides with them, and it's the hate, this kind of group hatred of our club for whatever reason other than the fact that we're a success and we didn't die because they're incompetent. I think that's where it all stems from.
Cheers, boys. Can I cut across you with a couple of callers coming in? We'll be joined by Cushy, but before I go to Cushy, we'll be joined by Stardunk. How we doing, Stardunk?
How we doing, big man? All right.
All right, Stardunk. What a name.
Aye, well.
How did you come up with that, mate? Just out of
Because he's a
curiosity.
Doberman.
Tell you what, see if I tell you, you wouldn't even believe it.
All right, okay.
He's a star and he's a dog.
Aye, that's the one.
What, he's a shocker? The man's a shocker. Telling you.
What's on your mind, mate, before we go to Cushy?
just listening in there, and I don't really look too much into the Stevie Clark thing, to be honest. See, they can talk all they want, and see, as long as we go out there and shut them up, no mistakes, or anything, no slip-ups this time, that's all it matters to me, to be honest with you guys.
You talk about Saturday's game first against Kilmarnock on tomorrow night?
I'm just talking about Kilmarnock in general, Ken. We
Okay.
just up the park, but tomorrow's game's a biggie, isn't it, really?
I mean, look, the Monaghan game, it's a must-win for me. Saturday is not the end of the world if we draw, because it's a replay at Ibrox, if that makes any sense.
Aye. No, it's not the cup game. I'm just talking about Ken, the league. No, the cup game. Just in the league, Ken. I don't really care what Stevie Clark's got to say. I'm just more interested in what we've got to do on the park against them, shut them up on the park.
Here. Mate, we'll also be joined by Cushy. Evening, Cushy.
Evening, gents. How are we?
There was a few people disappointed you never turned up. They had some sweeties for you at the bistro on Saturday, mate, but you never turned up.
I did turn up, I just turned up a wee bit late.
Alright, okay.
I think I missed you by about 5 minutes.
I wasn't there, mate. I wasn't there.
Just
Cushy, we seen you coming and not juked out the way, mate.
That was a surprise. 2 packets as well.
And I don't blame you.
What a shocking thing to say, Fox. That's terrible.
The man's a shocker. What's on your mind, Cushy?
I think it's a really just touching on the Clark situation and Gerrard's response. I think I'm so pleased we've got a manager at the moment that's got that's got a bit of standing in the game, and because I think the way Scottish football is at the moment, and the kind of volatile atmosphere, and the fact that almost everybody in the game in Scottish football, from pundits to managers, seems to have completely lost any sense of perspective or self-awareness with regards to how they're behaving, and what they're saying in the media. I think the fact that we've got Gerrard in at the moment is such a fantastic thing for a club, because he has such a high standing in the game, and I think we need that in our corner at the moment. To be honest with you, with the level of nonsense that we've seen, which has been ramping up throughout the season, I think the fact that we've got Gerrard is a real boost for us at the moment. I would have hated to think that someone like Graham Murty was trying to handle this situation, or Pedro trying to handle the situation that we're in at the moment. But Gerrard seems to be dealing with it with aplomb, and frankly, I feel a little bit for the guy, because he's a rookie manager, and he must have come into the Rangers setup and be completely unaware of what Scottish football was about and what it was like in Scottish football to be kind of a Rangers supporter, a part of Rangers. And it must be absolutely incredulous at some of the carry-on that he's seen from managers, from pundits, from broadcasters in their entirety. It must be aghast at what's happening in Scottish football. But
I'd like to see his off-air stuff, Cushy. What he's turning around and saying to Gary McAllister and saying,
"Well,
what is this all about?"
When he eventually leaves us, as he will at some point, I would love to see his memoirs on his time at Rangers, because I think it would be a real eye opener, But he's doing really well, I think, for a rookie manager for us. He's got a lot of class in terms of what he's saying, and I'm really happy that he's in the driving seat for us at the moment, because it just seems to get worse at every passing week in Scottish football.
And what would it be like if we win the next 2 games, Cushy? Well, then becoming a 2-horse race. Maybe if they drop points tomorrow night, hopefully it goes our way. The pressure ramps up. We go to Kilmarnock, we win, but into the quarterfinals of the cup. Oh,
yeah. We've talked about meltdown for a while now, and a implosion and things like that, But it really is becoming quite hysterical, frankly. And I think some people should take a step back and analyse what they're saying on a day-to-day basis. I think particularly some of the pundits and reporters that we see and that are aligned to Scottish football should really have a close look at the levels of professionalism that they're showing, because it's shockingly bad at the moment, and I think it's only going to get worse as the season goes on, particularly if we start clawing back some of the points that were behind Celtic and put a run together.
Yeah. Can I just change the subject slightly and put out a shout? We don't do this kind of thing often, but one of the good friends of the show, Big Stevie for the Drum, like a lot of Rangers supporters, struggling to get a ticket for tomorrow night. If there's any spares going about, anybody's got one or somebody can't make it. Remember one good bear, Big Stevie, one of the most positive and greatest bears you'll ever have the pleasure to meet, is looking for a ticket for tomorrow night.
Good shout there, pal. Good shout. Can I come in on that?
Have you got my ticket already?
No.
All right, carry on.
He's a shocker. I was just going to say that I heard when I was listening to that BBC Sports Scene at the weekend, and both the Michael Stewart and Stephen Thompson were asking for. In fact, Stephen Thompson was looking for a shall we say, a compliance officer to look at both the fouls, both the penalties. The one that they eventually looked at with Defoe and the one with Daniel Candeas, claiming that both of them were dives. So that's just going to follow on from what the Cushy Number was saying there, that the quality or class of the pundits in this country, that's the quality we're putting up with to put up with. These two idiots are coming out and saying these things, and then that manager of Kilmarnock coming out and saying what he said following the BBC, and that's all he's doing, he's just jumping in that bandwagon. As far as I'm concerned, our manager, wonderful stuff, put him down dead easy, and our manager has got class. I know he thought that Clark had class. I think he thought Clark had class. I doubt very much if he thinks it any longer. Well said, our manager.
Ox.
Yes, mate.
Would we say that the compliant officer is now a busted flush?
Yes, mate.
Getting that way, isn't it?
I mean, look, I'll give you my honest opinion. People might say different. We get the penalty, the first one, it was a bad penalty give away for defensively naive, but it was a penalty. The second one, I didn't think it was a penalty at the time, and I still don't think it was a penalty.
Right, we both agree on that one.
The other two were both fouls. I've never seen it from the correct angle to see where the offence is finished. They were both fouls. One of the boys caught the ball, just with the two horns, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the second one, right there.
What could he do?
The same player had Candice front, his hands lapped around Candice. It was a foul. Now, whether it was a penalty, edge of the box stuff, I don't know. I think we've been joined by a caller, evening caller.
Ox, just quickly, you can't make your mind up. You've watched it on replays and different angles and whatever else. You still can't make your mind up. What chance the referee got?
Exactly, but the linesman gave the third penalty, mate. Not the referee. He said it was a foul because it was a foul.
Aye.
It was a foul, so it's whether it's in the box then, which is millimetres in it.
It's just the hysteria that's been created by.
And the linesman was right in front of it.
It's mad. Absolutely mad.
The only people that know if it was a penalty are the Tims. They've got it 100% right.
Well, of course. Well, that goes with all their legal knowledge.
We've been joined by a caller, lads. I think there's a caller coming in. George, this evening caller.
It's Harry from West.
How we doing? Harry, did you say?
Aye.
How we doing, Harry?
Phoned these 10 minutes ago.
What's on your mind?
Same as it was 10 minutes ago. My head's getting crazy for the past time.
Oh, we've lost Harry.
Wow.
Sounded a star.
You sure that was Stevie Clark? Was that
no a star frog, but it was just a star.
No.
That was somebody for the Roseville.
No. Just JFK, how dare you?
What?
You're a shocker, JFK.
What we should be doing is playing bridge bingo.
Right, JFK, no need for that. That was totally order. Anywhere like that, and you've all be barred.
What, for the Roseville?
Not for here.
That's terrible. You're a shocker, JFK.
Oh,
oh sorry, I'll send you money for that bridge. It's a copyright issue.
It's not that copyright, you know about that, boys.
It's a copyright issue. I'm sorry, I violated your copyright, bridge.
He's never heard it so good.
Brilliant, Boswell, brilliant.
The man's a shocker.
He's a shocker. I mean, you'll be counting on this, and then he'll get performing rights to send you a bill.
I love it.
Right, well, we're about here before we were rudely interrupted. Firstly by the caller, and secondly by the JFK, who's hurt my feelings.
How do you hurt your feelings?
JFK hurt your feelings. He's
One of the finest wine establishments in the West End of Glasgow is insulted there.
A hostelry, no less.
Wow. You must drink. Well, I'm not even going to say it.
From the past, JFK. From the past.
From the past, I would absolutely 100% agree with you, mate.
Yes. Where were we now? Right.
You're shocking, by the way.
You're earning the money tonight, Bridge. You're earning the money tonight.
Right, we'll go to the voice of reason. Cushy, what's your team for tomorrow night?
Right, McGregor to have. If Goldson's fit, I would put him in. Katic, Barisic. I would revert a little bit away from the 4-4-2 that we started with against St Mirren, and probably go with. I'd probably start with Kent, McCrory. I don't know. Kent, McCrory. I'd probably go with Davis, Arfield, and Candace on the right, and Morelos up front on his Todd.
So you're not playing Ryan Jack then? Did you forget about him?
No, I didn't forget about him. I was thinking I would probably go with McCrory over Jack for his physicality. I'll be honest, I've said it time and time again. I've never been that impressed with Ryan Jack. Frankly, he's good in some games, not so good in other games. I think the big boy McCrory has played well the last few games, and I think with the physical nature of Aberdeen, which we know they're going to bring, I don't think it'd be a bad thing to maybe put Ross McCrory in there.
All right, Travel Rug, you never really gave us your team, mate.
Well, I'm going to disagree with Cushy because I think Ryan Jack's probably our most effective midfielder at the moment. And
what is that, Cushy? I'm only partner him up saying he's the voice of reason.
All right, okay, that's fine. I just he'll get you barred off of Rangers media. That's what you're worried about.
Ryan Jack is always
the banhammer.
Ryan Jack is always a bone of contention, but yeah, I know I know what you're saying. But I'm always a fair bit Jack. I've never been that impressed with him.
Actually, because I think I've preferred Ryan Jack now that when he's got McCrory playing behind him. I think he was kind of wasted in that more.
I bet he cheered his goal in the 29th. I bet he cheered his goal in the 29th.
Aye. So yeah, same back four as Cushy's saying, and then I'd have McCrory, Jack, and Arfield, and then have the Kent, Candace, and Morelos, because I think we all can agree without Candace we don't have Tavernier, so I think we need to have Daniel in there. He's been very, very good, and I was going to come on to congratulate James Tavernier because he shown a bit of captain's quality, but then he kind of blew it during his press conference by saying it was Defoe that talked him into giving him the penalty. So again, I'm thinking, I'm going to have to phone Ox and apologise, and Fox as well, try and get into Fox's good books again, saying maybe Tav is a bit of a captain, but then he comes out and says, no, it was because Defoe said to me, James, come on.
He was starstruck. Listen, Stardog. What's your teammate? And I know where the Stardog name comes from now, mate. I've had a few PMs.
Oh.
Going to tell us then?
No. The man's a shocker.
I'd agree with Travel Rug. I think he said earlier, only if Goldson's fit. I'd be the same as that. I'd only play him if he was 100% fit and he was sharp in training, things like that. Play Katic next to him, McGregor and nets, Tav and Barisic right and left back. And I would play McCrory, Jack, and Arfield solid with Candace and Kent and Morelos.
In nets, I've not heard that since Ibrox Loyal was on. In nets.
In the net side.
I was just going to say
Your
that.
goalie. Hey, your goalie started.
Your goalie started.
No.
Brother,
I mean, there's so far there's three big decisions. There's potentially the left back, where Halliday would be unlucky in a big game, but Barisic is maybe a classier player. You've got whether Golson's fit, and then we've got the cushy number and Travelrog arm wrestling, where you play McCrory, Jack, and Arfield, and you bring in Davis and split that up. We're in a better place we were 6 months ago. Bridgman.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. We are in a better place than we were. Obviously, it's down to how they all sort of mould and get together and play properly. As I said earlier, everybody knows a huge game for us, massive game, and we've got it all to do. So the manager's got to pick what he thinks is the best team. The guys have said, some of the guys have said what they think, and I agree with all of them. I think the closest we get to, we played against the Tims at Ibrox. That team was the output from that team was excellent. Everything about it. I would swap over Andy Halliday with Barisic, and obviously the manager will pick whatever defence he wants, and it'll be a strong defence. And as long as we're a strong defence and McGregor's playing well, the midfield will handle itself. If it goes with the same midfield, and the forwards are dynamite, in my opinion, they're playing well.
All right, JFK.
It's not any different for the guys that obviously the Griggs and goals and that, but Tav Golson if he's 100%, Katic and Barisic, McCrory, Arfield, Jack, Candyman, Kent and Morelos. Don't want to see any team other than that, but what happened last week. But I think that's a team we should play. Spread them away on the park because we don't want to be. We're too tight against Kilmarnock, middle of the park. We need to spread them out. Mm-hmm. I know McKenna's injured and Cosgrove's I think is injured as well. So, but that'd be the team. I'd go back to the 4-3-3.
Mm-hmm. Cushy, can I ask you a question? I'm not taking the P when I say this. I didn't think that Stephen Davis looked quite fit on Saturday, mate.
I think that's a couple of games he's had now. It might be getting fit. I know what you're saying, but I think he's a tidier player. And he's a tidy player up in Aberdeen. I think it would be quite handy for us. I'm not too fussed if people want to go with Ryan Jack. You know, Jack's done well for us this season, but I've always felt that for one really good game that he appears to have, it then disappears for the next three. And it's always really annoyed me about him because obviously in the game that he does play well, he really looks a player. And people talk about him being a future captain of Rangers, and he's been fantastic. And then he just disappears for 3 games, and I've always found it really annoying. And it's kind of put me off a little bit in terms of player because I see that as a bit of unreliability in a player. And given the fact that he's not a youngster anymore, that I can. You know, it kind of annoys me even more. Whereas with Ross McCrory, for example, as a younger boy, you kind of expect to blow hot and cold a little bit. But it's just a personal thing. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's got opinions, mate.
80% of Rangers fans will probably disagree with me. I know there's plenty of Rangers fans can't see past Ryan Jack, and fair play to them. But I can see.
Well, we even get Rangers fans who can't see past Lee Wallace. You know, but some people. It's all about.
Whilst we're on the Ryan subject, I think Ryan Kent is going to be critical for us for the last.
Did you just jump in there, or did you get brought in?
Sorry.
All right, just go back and sit in the corner, and you wait till I call you before you start speaking on the show. All right. On you go, Travel.
Back on mute.
On you go, Travel.
I'm just saying about Ryan Kent how he was. I thought he was smashing on Saturday, but he's strung a decent few games together.
Great goal! A lovely goal. He scored the 4th goal. It was a nice finish.
He's shot the one he had the crossbar way in the first half was a beauty as well, and he's done that a few times. So he could be really critical for us, especially tomorrow night. Somebody just to. I mean, I can see where Cushy's coming from about bringing Steve Davis in, but I think Ryan Kent gives us that wee bit of there's some just a wee bit different, and some a killer pass for him, or just he must worry defenders. So and I don't know if there's maybe a link with him. The last few games been looking really good. We have Barisic there as well. What a threat that is coming up the other side. So I'm excited about what we've got, and we've got a cracking squad now, because if we need to change it, we could be bringing on Davis, we could be bringing on Defoe, maybe even Lee Wallace. No, right, too far. Okay.
All right, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. And by the way, just seriously on the Lee Wallace thing, if we do have a bit of success, I hope he's on the pitch when the silverware's given out. And I don't mean as a player.
What do you mean then?
Well, it'd be a fitting way for him to leave the club, mate.
Acknowledgement.
Aye, that's it.
Oh,
that's
absolutely, 100% agree. 100%. I mean, you said as a player, surely he'd be part of the squad, the playing squad, no?
He's not going to get near it now, mate.
No, he's not going to get a game. I doubt very much if he'll get a game. There need to be a lot of injuries, I would imagine, down the left side before. And we don't know how fit he is. I mean, let's be fair to him. You just don't know if he'd be able to play 90 minutes at top level again.
No, that's a big question, and that's how Foxy's point about getting out on loan and getting games and all that for himself, not for us, for himself.
Yeah.
He was meant to go to Wigan, weren't they, on loan?
I don't know how true that was, mate. Well. Stardog, if we sort of go with Travel Rugs midfield or McCrory, Jack and Arfield, half an hour to go, and we're needing a bit of class getting brought on. Stephen Davis coming on, it's no bad, is it? We've came a long way.
For me, it's ideal. For me, definitely. I say he played all right at the weekend, but you can see he's just maybe lacking that wee bit of sharpness. And I think when Ryan Jack come on, he made an impact. So for me, he would start with Arfield and McCrory in the midfield, more or less the same team that started against Celtic. And as you say, Davis is a great option to bring on off the bench, isn't he?
Aye, and then we take it. We hopefully win tomorrow night. 1-0, 5-0, doesn't matter.
It'll be easy.
We move on to Kilmarnock.
That's it. It'll not be easy, but as long as we get there, I'm not interested in anything else. Just the 3 points for me. That's all I'm caring about.
Mm-hmm. You came in late, and so did Cushy. I don't expect notes for your mums, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, do you think you might not have heard the interview? Do you think Connor Golson will be playing tomorrow night? Then Cushy.
I'm going with the previous interviews of Gerrard when he's been asked before previous games. He's saying, Ken, he's not quite ready. He's not quite ready. Was he saving him for this game? I've got a wee feeling that he probably was saving him for this game, and he's 100%, and he's made sure that he's 100% for this game and no rushed him back too early, kind of thing. So I've got a feeling Golson will play, and I've got a feeling he'll be sharp.
Cushy?
I think if he's fit, Gerrard will play him. I think he sees him as his top defender, and if he's fit, he'll play him.
I think the whole squad's been pointed to this week, mate. All the changes, the chopping and changing and whatever we've done has all been pointed to this week. I think it was George said we should have been beating St Mirren, we should have been beating Cowdenbeath. The only maybe tricky game since Kilmarnock was the away game at Livingston because of the surface. And I think he's right, and it's all been pointed to this week.
We've been saying for ages now.
When you go Cushy, then Bridge.
Sorry, mate. I thought you were...
We've
been saying for ages now that every game is a must-win game. But Gerrard was right in his interview that he said, and I did listen to it though not on the show. I listened to it earlier on Twitter. But we are now getting to the stage of the season where we simply just cannot afford to drop any more points. It's as simple as that, And I think we've been the better team against Aberdeen each and every time we've played them this season, and we have simply. Not get the rub of the green and not get the points that I think that we're played deserved. So I think we have a very strong team going up there, and I think with the likes of Kent back fit, who we badly missed in the last game, and Candeas and the team playing relatively well, I think we will come back with 3 points. But they're a stuffy team to play against Aberdeen. But I firmly believe we'll come back with 3 points.
Okay. I think sorry for cutting across you, George. Are you still sitting there, George?
I am alright.
Sorry, George, I didn't notice you were there, mate. Wasn't even known. You just seen you were still sitting there.
You're alright. No, you're alright.
You any thoughts in some of the conversations going back and forth, mate, before we go to Bridge?
No, I totally agree with that. I think that's how the team will be tomorrow as well. I think it'll be basically the team everybody's saying. If Connor Golson's
anywhere near fit. I think Steven Gerrard will get him in. I think he's his trusted centre half. I think he'll probably go back to, but just what everybody's saying with the three midfielders. But for some reason, I think he'll try and get Steve Davis in the team. Me personally, I would go with Jack, McCrory and Arfield in the middle with two wingers on either side. But I think Steven Gerrard would probably try and get him Steve Davis in the team somehow. I mean, I think if we're honest about it, that's the reason we bring guys like Steven Davis and Jermaine Defoe back to Rangers, Ox, is to try and get us these away games like Kilmarnock, like Aberdeen, and teams like that, try and get the points in the game. So I think if we can get Steven Davis in the team them on, I think he'll probably play them on. He's got that wee bit extra more skill. I'm not saying he's a better player all round in the midfielders, but he's got that wee bit extra skill that can break down defences, and I think he'll probably play them on in that game.
If you're picking your best players, Steven Davis would be in it, but I just don't know if he's quite fit, George. If I'm being honest, yet.
Aye, I know what you're saying. I heard you saying that, Ox, but I just think Steven Gerrard's brought him in for these games. See these games when we're not managing to win away to Hibs and away to Kilmarnock, away to Aberdeen and things like that. I think that's the reason these guys have been brought in, just to give that wee extra bit of skill, that wee extra bit of power. And who do you drop out for? Is it Ryan Jack? Is it do you put Ryan Jack back one and play Davis in the middle, or what do you do? I don't know, but that's what I would go with. But I just think he'll probably play Steven Davis more. I think he's got a bit of trust in him now. I think he'll be Fred up front himself. But that's so I would go one way, and I think he'll go another way. I hope either way we get 3 points. That's the main thing.
Aye. Briggs, you were coming in there, mate.
I was just going to say, well, look, if you look at Steven Davis, obviously everybody knows he's a tremendous player, but you question mark on his fitness now. He got 60 minutes on a grass pitch, quite a heavy pitch actually, for football, and it's like an ideal pitch. That's where we want to play with football, and he struggled a wee bit. I think most people saw that, both in match fitness in the last 10 minutes he was on. His passing wasn't as good as it had been when he was doing some nice passes in the first half. So I don't know whether he'll play him, but if he does, I'm quite sure it'll be for a limited time, because I don't see him shining for 90 minutes for at least another 3 or 4 games. But you're right, what you're saying there, Oxford. What a player to be able to bring on. Defoe, as I said earlier, he's just about ready to be let loose. I don't know whether we don't.
He looked quite sharp. I know it's I know the opposition, but his movement looked good on Saturday.
Absolutely, and it's how the manager gets the shape of the team to be able to play him or use him in some way or other. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I don't think he'll take the chance against Aberdeen. I think he'll go with the tried and tested. And if Connor Goldson is fit, anywhere near fit, I think he'll put Connor Goldson in along with Katic, as I said earlier, and you'll have a fantastic back four and a great goalkeeper, and there it's there. And think about it, Ryan Jack, ex-Aberdeen man, loves to play well against them, and I think he would play Ryan Jack instead of Steven Davis. So that's the way I would look at it. His old team, so it helps. I think it gives a wee bit of edge. However, as I said earlier, my manager wants to put whatever team he wants to put out. I'm supporting him anyway.
Boswell, you coming in there, mate? Any thoughts, mate?
I would stick with Worrell and Katic, centre halves. Barisic left, Tav right. I'd keep McCrory, Steven Davis, Scott Arfield in the middle, and Kent, Morelos and Candias up front for me. I think that's our strongest team, and it also gives us great options on the bench.
I think in some respects, and I'll take this to Travel Rug, the squad has quietly just evolved, and we've maybe not realised that the quality's just been upped. I think the plan is to up it again.
In the summer, we'll see that happen. See it in the summer, yeah.
Travel Rug, Mark Allen, Stevie Gerrard, and all the things, you can just see things are moving in the right direction. Might be different this time tomorrow night if it doesn't go one way.
Aye, but I think it's. I think we can all see that there's no way at the start of the season would I have expected to be getting even players like Barisic in, and to go and just go step into the market and sign these guys. You know, that was brave as well for the not only Mark Allen but also the board. The board have done well. You know, I know you boys are kind of quoted as being kingerlings and that, but I think the board need to be. I don't think it's unfair to give them a bit of credit for backing the manager and backing Mark Allen. It's great, but then to take it even further, I'm saying about bringing in players like Paris, that's right. There's no way I would have thought Jermaine Defoe would ever be playing for us, even at 36-year-old. No, we're not getting that type of player. But you can see on Saturday, and fair enough, St Mirren were tired, but his movement was brilliant. He's fast feet. It's unbelievably fast feet, and that's going to cause defenders all sorts of trouble. So there's no doubt that the quality of the team has dramatically improved. I know the boy gets a lot of stick, Joe Worrell, but he's quite a highly rated prospect in English football, and we've managed to get him on loan. So I know a lot of people are jumping on Katic, saying, let's get Katic, but Worrell against the Rotters on the 29th didn't he put a foot wrong? So is he the type of player you could maybe rely on tomorrow night? I know everybody seems to be speaking very, very highly of Katic, but is it that type of game where the boy focuses and he is? He's. I've not got any real opinion on any of the three of them's fine for me. Katic, Worrell or Goldson, but I'll go with the manager's judgment on it. But I've not got a problem if the three of them's fit. Any two of the three is fine for me.
Aye, we'll see.
Is Katic not more of a good threat from set pieces and corners and what have you?
He has proven to be, whereas Worrell looks a bigger block, physically.
More physical,
Katic looks a maybe a bit taller, I think.
Yeah.
Worrell's I don't think Worrell's got any memory.
Don't think so. No, don't think so. He's certainly given a couple away, but but no, I would stick with Katic because it's my feeling about Connor Goldson is that let's just ease him back in. He's been out for over a month it is now, and I would just ease him in slowly. And I don't think Aberdeen is the game to do that, and I certainly don't think Kilmarnock on Saturday is that game either because of the pitch. And I'd keep him for St Johnstone.
Boys, I think George made a great point, and I never picked up on it until George mentioned it, that Gerrard has been really quite cagey about Goldson, and I wonder if he's just been keeping him and ready for this game.
I think so, mate. The whole thing's pointed towards this week, mate. These two games, they're so big in our season travel. If we win these next two games, or put it this way, we win them on a night, we're still in the hat on Saturday. Yep. Those seasons are ready to go in super drive.
Hope so.
But we'll see. We'll put it this way, he got a jag to play on the 29th. I mean, if you think back, the manager admitted that.
Yeah. See, that kind of thing really concerns me. It really does. But at the same time, he was excellent that day as well. But I'm concerned with...
You can have one, boys. It's when you've got to get them on.
Because I remember seeing... Bridge will remember this. Alan McGraw coming to Ibrox as Morton manager.
You don't need to tell me about Alan.
Exactly. It was absolute tragedy to watch Alan McGraw on the sidelines when he just fell over like a big tree. It was terrible. Poor man.
It was indeed, pal. Remember it well.
Goldson, Barisic. What about Defoe tomorrow night? Are we all happy that Morelos starts and we'll get Defoe and Lafferty come on, and maybe if we need a goal, if things aren't going well, a place to be in.
I think you've got to play Defoe. You've got to play Fred tomorrow. You can't just drop.
What I'm saying is Defoe to be there to come on if he needs a horn.
Of course. Aye, you've got to give him the credit, and I mean he's our main striker, and okay, he didn't score on Saturday, but I mean Defoe is still, for me, he's still got to earn his stripes. You know, he scored a penalty and he played no bad in Saturday, but for me, I would still have play Fred all the time. You know, I agree what you were saying earlier on. Obviously, I think the gaffer's been building up to this game after we beat the Puddle Drinkers on the 29th. This is the other big game for us. If we don't win tomorrow, is it a tragedy? No, really, but it depends what the Puddle Drinkers do against the Spoon Burners at Pedo Dome. So for me, it's a must win tomorrow. I think
we've got to win, mate. We've got to win tomorrow for
definitely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Stranger things have happened. We could draw and they get beat, surprise result, and we're in a better place we were before the game started. But for me, it's a must win game. Anybody disagree?
No.
I thought so.
100% agree with you. I think if we don't win tomorrow, the season is past Saturday. But the league's tatties. If we don't, we need to just get on our run. We need to get on our run of games, and we need to string 5, 6, 7 wins. No, just unbeaten. We need to get 5, 6, 7 victories in a row. To really put the pressure on them. Bearing in mind they've got European games coming up Thursday night, so hopefully maybe pick up injuries. And they'll be playing on a Sunday. We'll be playing hopefully playing some games on a Saturday. So they'll be we can maybe try and put a bit of pressure on them.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're losing,
you're right, Travel. I agree, mate. Yeah.
Yep.
Start, Doug.
Aye.
What's your thinking?
It's a must win for me. I don't care how we win or how we get out of the line. It's a must win 3 points. As I say, I'm not even looking towards what Celtic there. What happens in the game? We just need to keep winning and keep pushing them, because there will be slip ups as the season goes on. But we just need to keep winning things like that. That's all that's important. Just 3 points tomorrow and get a win early. Them get to put a gap between us and them.
All right then, we'll get a varied panel of various ages. You've got your sort of young guys like myself and JFK. You've got more mature guys like obviously Boswell and Bridge on the panel, and in the middle you get Cushy and Travel Rug. Favourite memories of Pittodrie? I think we'll go to JFK because we've got a few.
My memories of Pittodrie.
Favourite memories, results. Obviously, there's a couple of big ones sticking in mind, but
there is a couple. I mean, although it wasn't the Ian Durrant one always sticks in my head. You know, I'll never leave me that day that he was assaulted. You know, and it wasn't a good memory, and the fact is that the way Ian Durrant was assaulted on the day and carried off, but there's been some fantastic results up there, you know, that we went up there and we beat them and nobody expected. I mean, the rank was 3 seasons in a row. We've been up there in the 90s, and then they couldn't even beat us. There's a lot of good memories beating the Shaggers, mate. Too many to mention, but Ian Durrant sticks out for me on that day. That just not a good memory, but that's a bad day.
Funny thing is, it was Neil Cooper that scored their goal that day. A lot of people would go about it. That was a Bridgeman, Aberdeen.
I must say I'm the same as Jimmy. That sometimes you think and things get blocked out because somebody brings up the Ian Durrant thing, and you think to yourself, well, you know, what's it all about? They try to kill the boy, but they like that, you know. That's just what it feels like, you know. I mean, and gee whiz, you know. It's definitely going to take it past that. But I'm trying to remember, there was a fantastic game with Big Haley scored a wonderful header. Was it Haley that scored a wonderful header against them? Oh shit, I can't remember now. To tell you the God's honest truth. See, when you mentioned that Durant game, it just does my head in, you know. I'm sorry, I'm not very good. I'll see if I can come back here later on.
I mean, when was the Durant game? 21 years ago. Boswell.
Aye. You've got a better memory than me, mate.
31 years ago. Sorry, 31 years ago. Boys? Oh, we lost Boz. We'll go to Big George Logan. George will have some good ones, maybe. Having been a bit younger.
I think it's always been good games against them, if we're honest. I mean, we've never really took any pumpings up there or nothing like that. But the one I always remember is the one. If you remember the day, it was like a field. Remember, it was absolutely torrential rain, and Big Dado Purcell was running with the ball and put the ball in the back of the pocket. I reckon that must have been.
That set us on the helicopter Sunday, mate. That was 2003.
Was that
2005?
2005? Is that when that was? And the ball, I remember when he was running with the ball, and it was coming up. The muck was actually coming up. The rain was actually coming up that far up. You think, and I didn't think he even deserved to score a goal that day. He was outstanding. I think him and Wrexham. Did him and Wrexham score that day? I think it probably was him and Wrexham scored that day.
We'd lost at Ibrox a week before against them after the split, and we thought the league was done. And then we won at Pittodrie, and I think they get beat with Hibs.
I think that's right. And that was because I think you're right actually, because the week before after that, I think that was at Burnley, wasn't it? And then we came back. Did they get beat that day actually? The day we played Aberdeen? I think
so. I'm not 100% sure, John.
I think that day we thought it was Aaron Dunway and Big Dado Purcell, and I'm sure Fernando Rickson scored a free kick that day. Things like that. I mean, we need to start getting back to games like that. We just got there and absolutely destroyed them. I think it was 2-1 or 3-1 or 2-1 that day, and but we actually played them after part that day. We need to start going back to days like, because Aberdeen had a no bad team then, and we're a better team than what they are now. So we need to start beating them the same way as we did. That's why it's a massive game. The more we need to start getting the 3 points in the bag.
Stardog.
For me, the Jelovic bicycle kick, that was a tasty one.
Oh, what a goal,
Aye, that was a tasty one, but I don't know if you can remember, 2002, big Italian stallion, Big Amo, ripped one in after the game gets stopped. I don't know if it gets stopped for folk finding money or coins or something, but they come back on and Big Amo scored a ripper that 1-0 that day.
That was a Sunday night.
Was that no Wrexham?
No, it was Big Amo.
Wrexham no got attacked at the corner flag, was it?
I'm not sure.
I think it was.
I remember the game getting stopped when it come back on. Big Amo scored but Jelovic's overhead kick. That was a screamer, man.
Wrexham got hit with a lighter that day.
Aye, that was when it was stopped for about 20 minutes again, wasn't it? It was stopped for about 20 minutes. Sunday night game, 6:15 kick-off.
Oh, no. Aye, I was there.
Well, I've seen us took a couple of doings up there in my time. I remember Big Jock came back way back in the 80s. We get beat 5-1. But I think my favourite memory for Pittodrie must be when we won the league in '87, if I'm being honest. Big Butcher scored. We never won the game, but we won the league, and the scenes were fantastic. Are you still with us, Fox? You've been to a few up there?
Mate, one of the biggest games was at Ibrox, mate.
You're quite quiet, mate.
I would say that one of the best ones I remember, funny enough, was at Ibrox. I think it was about 1990.
You talk about Pittodrie. What are you coming on about Ibrox?
You said your favourite game.
And Pittodrie.
Oh, it's all Pittodrie ones. Oh.
What a shocker.
Oh, man's a shocker, Bridge. Carry on, give your favourite game anyway while you're on.
Well, it was 1990, mate. I think Alex Smith was their managers. They ran as close in the league on. We're right to 9 in a row, I think it was. Big Mark Haitley scored 2 goals, and we went on to win the title, mate. That was the closest game, and it was just
the first one they terrified the goalkeeper, and the next a great header for Mark Walters, good friend of the show, Mark Walters.
That's the one I was trying to remember. I was thinking that was up at Pittodrie, so forgive me, Fox.
We're going to have to get this panel drug tested before we come on here.
Give me some.
Right, exactly. Cushy, you must have some memories of Pittodrie.
I've got the two that stick in my mind are the one that Lad touched on earlier on in terms of the Amoruso strike with
with the stoppage, etc., the kind of carry on for some of the Aberdeen fans were going the Rangers fans, etc. So I distinctly remember that one, 2002 or something it was. The other one was a kind of more personal memory, actually. I was about 12 or 13 or something like that, and it was after the game, and I don't remember a thing about the game.
1964 game?
It was probably just a couple of years before that, and I was walking back to the supporters bus, and I was walking kind of over the kind of grassy dune type bit, and I got separated from my mates and the people I was with came back at the bus, and I was walking past this big Aberdeen Polis, and he punched me full in the back of the head just as I was walking past him, and sent me absolutely flying because I was only a wee lad, about 12 or 13. And this guy was absolutely enormous, and he punched me full in the back of the head and sent me absolutely flying right down in the grass. That is my abiding memory of Pittodrie ever since then, and that was a long time ago.
You sure it was a JFK that did it?
Following off Cushy, I've got a memory of the Grampian Polis. That was before Police Scotland days, but it was Grampian Polis. I remember the Grampian policeman at the segregation but telling me to fuck off back down the road, and it was just such a surprise. I was probably the same age as yourself, 13, 14-year-old, and for a policeman to speak to somebody like that, it was terrifying for a wee boy for Ayrshire to get told that for the big Grampian policeman.
This guy never said a word as well. I was just walking past. I didn't even look at him. I was minding my own business. I was actually thinking, where is my bus? I've not got a clue where this bus is. That's what I was thinking, and I was just walking past him. Boom! Next thing I knew, I was flat out.
I'm just glad that myself, GFK, Fox and Bridgeman have never been in any trouble with the law. No,
God.
Definitely.
Right. Thank the Lord, right enough.
Aye. Angels.
Actually, Cushy, that's why they went to Aberdeen. Sorry, that's why they went to Aberdeen, the Glasgow Police, and brought these people down, the big Aberdeen Police, the big Jukers. Oh my God. They murdered you in George Square.
Anyway, gentlemen, we've reached that time in the evening. What a fantastic... I don't know where the times went. Bridgeman.
Well, can I repeat that? Really and truly, you don't know where the time... What a marvellous night. Hope everybody's enjoyed it as much as I have. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, massive, massive, massive game tomorrow night. Everybody, please keep it going for the Rangers, and let's go out there and get them a right good mollycating.
Just a one sleep now.
Yeah. Can I thank Church Logan, The Bridge, Cushy, Travel Rock, Fox, GFK, Star Doug, I know where it comes from, Sean, Boswell, and the new caller who I didn't quite catch his name. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night, 6:45 with the pre-match show. Take it away, Fox.